Two of the most shocking WWE comebacks of this generation. Edge returning from a career-ending injury and CM Punk making his long-awaited return after almost a decade away. Both gave us goosebumps, but for very different reasons. So which comeback truly stands taller? Today we're breaking it down category by category to find out Edge's miraculous resurrection or CM Punk's epic homecoming. Before we dive in, here are 5 categories we'll be judging this on. Return moment. How big and memorable was the initial comeback? Post-return feuds. Were the rivalries meaningful and exciting? Still got it? How well did they perform once back in the ring? Long-term impact. How much did they reshape WWE's landscape? And finally, legacy today. What does their return mean for their careers in 2025? And keep in mind, these are all my personal opinions. You are more than welcome to disagree with them. Alright, let's break it down. Edge versus CM Punk. Let's go. Return moment. Edge's return moment was the stuff they only talk about in fairy tales. Think back to 2020 Royal Rumble, entrant number 21, and we hear,
"You think you know me?"
The crowd loses it. After a 9-year retirement, Edge walks into the stage, holding back tears. Hell, I was crying. It was WWE's most emotional pop ever. CM Punk's Survivor Series 2023 comeback? That's a different kind of shock. After a decade away, just when everyone thought it was over, just when everyone thought that Survivor Series 2023 is just going off the air, the show's closing graphic had already aired. We hear pure electricity. Chicago erupted. Punk did not beat an injury. He beat an entire decade of bad blood. But the winner of this one? I would have to give it to Edge. Nothing tops the emotional weight of returning from a career-ending injury in 9 long years after everyone thought your career was over. I would say Edge win this one. Post-return feuds. Edge launched straight into a brutal rivalry with Randy Orton, producing emotional storytelling and bangers. Then a triple threat main event match at WrestleMania 37 after winning the Royal Rumble with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Edge's trilogy with Seth Rollins was fantastic, including a wild Hell in a Cell match at Crown Jewel. Later he formed the Judgment Day, giving Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio a huge platform. Some misses like the AJ Styles feud did happen, but overall, Edge stayed pretty compelling. Punk immediately reignited wrestling's most intense heat with Seth Rollins. Legit real-life tension turned into must-see television. After injuring himself at the Royal Rumble, CM Punk still appeared weekly, none of that part-time BS, cutting incredible promos. Then a red-hot feud with Drew McIntyre produced a strap match classic, a match of the year Hell in a Cell, and a Survivor Series War Games insertion with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Punk also wrestled Seth Rollins on Raw's Netflix debut and main event WrestleMania 41 versus Rollins and Reigns. That's insane for a return run. So the winner right now, it's clear. CM Punk wins this. Edge had more feuds, but Punk's feuds were hotter, fresher, and consistently elite. Still got it. Edge came back in amazing shape, winning the 2021 Royal Rumble from the #1 spot. His matches with Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 37 showed that he could still absolutely go, and he still had that top level psychology. But yes, he worked smarter, a tad bit slower. Understandable for a guy with a neck fusion. Punk, on the other hand, looked shockingly close to his prime. It was like CM Punk from 2011 had been handpicked by God and thrown right into 2024. He could go 30 minutes without gassing out. CM Punk's style aged a lot better. More about storytelling than pure athleticism without missing a beat. So the winner in my opinion, CM Punk. Punk came back feeling like it's 2011 Punk again. Edge was excellent, but you could see him age a little bit. Long-term impact. When we talk long-term impact, we mean how much their return changed the landscape or left a lasting influence on WWE beyond their own matches. Edge gave Randy Orton his much-needed revival into the Legend Killer gimmick, gave Daniel Bryan a good character arc, gave Roman Reigns a 5-star WrestleMania match, but most importantly created the Judgment Day, the faction that hasn't missed a single Raw in 3 years now. Rhea Ripley became a megastar, a women's champion, absolutely dominant, and a future WrestleMania main eventer, probably. Damian Priest rose up the ranks, even holding the Money in the Bank briefcase and getting main event shine, all because Edge pushed him. Gave Finn Balor a faction to lead with, even though extremely mishandled, and most probably a future world champion. In short, you can make the Edge Hogan jokes, but Edge's comeback elevated a lot of people around him. The effects of his run are still felt, especially through Judgment Day. which individually will likely be a force in WWE for years and years to come. That's a hell of a legacy from a return run. Now, CM Punk's return hasn't been very long yet, but it's already shaken things up in a big way. Punk's presence instantly injected excitement into WWE's programming and storytelling that might have been getting stale. Think about it, Seth Rollins was a fighting champion, but who was left for him to face that truly felt fresh? CM Punk returning gave Seth a brand new rival and even pushed Seth to a new level of intensity. You could say Punk rekindled Seth's flame by being that antagonist that Seth genuinely disliked. And then Drew McIntyre. He was treading water a bit as a good guy for big title runs in 2020. Punk's comeback indirectly led to Drew McIntyre's much needed heel run. Feuding with Punk made Drew McIntyre relevant again at the very top. He's more dangerous and compelling now, and now we could see Drew McIntyre carry another world title down the line. I prayed for this and it happened, pretty much kicked off the Drew version that we have right now. And of course, Roman Reigns. Even the idea of CM Punk confronting Roman Reigns breathed new life into the main event scene, gave Roman a fresh story. After years of being tangled with the bloodline, you could say Punk's return revived interest in several top characters and storylines. Seth got his fall, Drew got his groove back, and Roman got a new foe. This one is super close because both returns had huge ripple effects. Edge's return directly birthed a new generation of WWE stars and a faction that will outlast his run. That's a lasting gift to WWE. Punk's return shook up the status quo and re-energized the main event scene, altering the trajectories of the guys who are present in the future of the company. In terms of tangible long-term change, I'd say that Edge's impact was slightly more. Creating a dominant faction while elevating multiple new stars is a legacy that few returns can claim. Punk's impact is massive too, but we're still in the midst of it. The Judgment Day factor gives Edge the nod for now. Edge wins in the long-term impact category. Legacy today. For Edge, his return run added an awesome final chapter to an already Hall of Fame career. It proved that the Ultimate Opportunist still had a lot to give and could wrestle the main event level after 9 years. He wrapped up his time in WWE and went out to the final match versus Sheamus in Toronto, and then quietly stepped away. But right now he's in AEW, and frankly, he's not doing so hot in my opinion. CM Punk's legacy, on the other hand, is being built right now as we speak. Punk's return in 2023 took a man who was already a cult icon and launched him back into the forefront of WWE. All those years, fans, including myself, that chanted CM Punk at shows, he finally came back and delivered. It's a huge thing to deliver. By returning, CM Punk showed that he could come home again and still be the best in the world. At this time, Punk is a full-time top star in WWE. He's literally one of WWE's cornerstone. At the moment, he's literally headlined WrestleMania. Punk's legacy is not done. He's still out there creating moments and likely has more to prove. As of today, you can argue that Punk is cementing himself as one of the most all-time great comeback stories and one of the top guys of this era, not just past era, of all eras. While Edge's legacy makes his comeback basically logged in history books, Punk's legacy is growing in real time. Edge's legacy from his return is impressive but capped off. Punk's legacy is actively soaring with him back on weekly television, main eventing, and showing the world that he's still got it. CM Punk's return has elevated his status even higher than before. Right here, right now. Final score and verdict, let's tally up the wins in each category. Return moment, Edge. Post-return feuds, CM Punk. Still got it, CM Punk. Long-term impact, Edge. And legacy today, CM Punk. That gives us a final score of Edge 2 and Punk 3, and by a narrow margin, CM Punk wins this match. So there you have it. CM Punk is our winner for this epic return showdown. Do you agree with the verdict, or do you think that Edge's return was the bigger and better deal for you as a fan? I'd love to hear your take. Let me know in the comments which return you thought was better and why. Both men gave us something special, so it's a fun debate to have. Let me know what other WWE moments, rivalries, or returns you want me to compare, and I'll break it down all right here at Heel Heat with the Dean. Stay tuned.